After you've activated your Amazon account, go ahead and log back into the AWS Educate portal. And you should see a screen similar to this. In this upper right hand corner, there's some important information. And what we're really looking at here is the remaining credits. Each student will get a set amount of credits, and this is spent on the time that your virtual servers are active. Every time you are using them, you are taking money away from this amount of credits, and when it reaches 0, you will no longer be able to access the servers in this lab. So make sure you keep an eye on that. And the best thing you could do is just make sure that you shut down your server when you're finished using it. Don't walk away for a few hours, because that could cost you a couple dollars worth of server time. So just make sure you keep an eye on that, and when you're done for the lab for the day, just go ahead and shut down. So what we want to do is go ahead and click on this AWS Console link. That's going to take us to the Amazon Web Service Console in a new tab. And it looks a little confusing because there is a lot of information here, but what you want to focus on is the EC2 instance. I happen to have it here in my recently visited because I've been there before. You probably won't see that. If you don't, come down here to All Services. Click this little drop down arrow here and you'll see under Compute EC2. So go ahead and click on EC2. And this will bring you to the dashboard where all of the information about the virtual machines is kept. And again, there's a lot of information here, but don't worry about it. Most of this we're not going to need to worry about. We're going to focus mostly on the Instances tab. On the left-hand side, go ahead and click Instances. And this is going to show you all the virtual servers that you have created and whether they turned on or are turned off. In this case, I have one they've already created and it is currently stopped, which means it's turned off and I'm not getting billed for it. When you first go in, you're not going to have any servers at all. This will be totally blank. And I'm going to walk you through the steps of creating a server right now. First thing you do is click on the Launch Instance button, this blue button at the top. And we're going to be prompted to select what type of server do we want. Most of the time, we're going to want a Windows-based server. So we're going to try and find a free tier eligible Microsoft Windows server. So if we scroll down the list, and we're going to find one right here at the top. This is a Microsoft Windows Server 2019 base. That's the one we're going to select. So there are others. Just make sure you stick with the Windows Server 2019 base. Go ahead and hit select. And here we have a choice of what type of server. Now, if it's very lightweight processing, this T2 Micro free tier would be the way to go. However, for most applications that we're running, we're going to need a little bit more than that. So I'm going to suggest that we start off with the T2 Large. So go ahead and select the T2 Large. Next thing we have to do is click on this Review and Launch button. And we're going to get a warning about the instance configuration not eligible for the free tier. That's okay. We're going to use up some of our credits. So go ahead and click on Launch in the lower right-hand corner. This next step, you're going to have to choose a key pair. I already have one, but you will not have one the very first time, so you're going to have to create a new one. So in this drop-down list, just choose Create a New Key Pair. You have to give it a name. I suggest something that you'll remember, such as Hack or the course name, and click Download Key Pair. This is going to prompt you to save a file. It's a .pem. In this case, I put hack in, so it's HACC.pem. It's very important that you don't lose this, so make sure you save it and keep this safe. This is the only way you will be able to access your server. If you don't have this PEM file, you'll have to delete and start all over. So just make sure you save this in a safe place. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save and then launch instance. So now our instances are launching. I'm going to go ahead and click on View Instances in the lower right hand corner. And at this point, my new server is up here at the top and it is initializing under the status. So this will take a few minutes. All right, the initialization is complete and my state is now running with a 2 out of 2 status check and no alarm, so everything looks good. I'm almost ready to connect. The next thing I need to do is get my Windows password. And to do that, we have to select the new server and then come up to Actions and choose Get Windows Password. At this time, it's going to prompt you for that key that we downloaded earlier. So go ahead and click the Browse button and select that file and hit Open. And now decrypt password. You should get a password decryption success message, and down here near the bottom is the username, which will be administrator, and the password, which is this very long string of characters and symbols. On the right hand side there's a copy to clipboard icon. If you click on that, that should copy that to your clipboard. I highly recommend that you save this in Notepad or some other Word document editor so that we can easily get to it later.